You hear people talk about Japan, and it almost sounds like they're describing another planet. It's often called the land of the rising sun, but really, it feels more like the land of the utterly unexpected. So let's dive in and try to figure out what makes Japan so uniquely, well, Japan.
And when I say unexpected, I mean really unexpected. For instance, at a spa resort in Hakone, you can literally take a bath in a giant tub of pork soup and ramen noodles. And I know what you're thinking, but hold on. The idea is that the collagen in the broth is actually amazing for your skin.
Or how about this one? In 2015, the one and only Godzilla was granted official citizenship in Tokyo. Seriously, they even offered him a job as the city's tourism ambassador. You just gotta love it, right? And of course, you can't talk about unique Japanese things without mentioning the legendary high-tech toilets. The ones that can warm the seat, play music, do just about everything. It's one of those classic things you just don't see anywhere else.
So what is going on here? Are these just a bunch of random, weird quirks? Or do things like ramen noodle baths and monster citizens actually point to something, deeper about the culture? That's the big question we're going to dig into.
So we're going to break it all down into 4 big ideas. We'll look at the ingenuity in daily life, an incredible taste for novelty, a deep-rooted culture of consideration, and finally, how modern myths and mascots seem to come to life.
Okay, first up, ingenious daily life. This is all about the super creative and efficient ways people in Japan solve everyday problems, especially when it comes to things like space and convenience.
Okay, check out this number, over 5 million. What is it? That's how many vending machines are scattered all across Japan. And that isn't just a fun fact, it's a direct result of a culture where people often work long hours and convenience is absolutely everything.
And we're not just talking about snacks and sodas here. Oh no, you can get almost anything from these machines. A fresh pair of underwear, for example, or even, believe it or not, live lobsters. When time is that precious, these machines make life just a little bit easier.
And check out this innovation. It's so simple, it's genius. A lot of toilets have a small sink built right on top of the tank. So you wash your hands, and that exact same water then fills up the tank for the next flush. It's resourcefulness built right into an everyday object. Just brilliant.
And this obsession with efficiency is absolutely everywhere. You see it in the invention of the square watermelon, which was literally designed to fit better inside a refrigerator. And you see that exact same thinking in multi-level parking garages that stack cars on top of each other to save precious ground space. In a crowded country, every single inch counts.
All right, next up, let's talk about Japan's incredible taste for novelty. This is where the country's playful and adventurous side really comes out to shine, especially when it comes to food.
And you absolutely cannot talk about this without talking about Kit Kats. While most of us are deciding between, milk or dark chocolate, over in Japan you can find flavors like wasabi, grilled corn, sweet potato, and even salt watermelon. The whole country is basically one big culinary experiment. And it doesn't just stop at chocolate bars. The ice cream flavors are even wilder. How about a scoop of horse meat, squid ink, or chicken wing flavored ice cream? Yep, they exist. And this isn't about being strange just for the sake of it. It's about a real, genuine love for trying new things.
This dedication to the food experience is so intense that even the window displays are a legit art form. Restaurants will show off their menus with this incredibly realistic fake food, usually made of plastic or wax. And get this, these unbelievably detailed replicas can sometimes cost more than the actual dish they represent.
Okay, so this brings us to our third big idea, the culture of consideration. A lot of Japan's most unique customs and inventions are really designed with one main goal, keeping social harmony and showing thoughtfulness to other people.
So let's take a look at this concept called inamuri. Now, on the surface, it just means napping at work. But the cultural meaning behind it is the complete opposite of what you're probably thinking.
So, napping at your desk, or inamuri, is actually seen as a sign of dedication. The idea is that you're so committed to your job, you're just plain exhausted. It's not seen as lazy at all, it's almost like a badge of honor. Some people even fake it to look more hardworking. Here's another total cultural flip for you. In a lot of places, slurping your food is pretty rude, right? But in Japan, when you're eating noodles, slurping isn't just okay, it's actually encouraged. It's how you tell the chef without saying a word that you are absolutely loving the meal.
And you see this kind of thoughtfulness everywhere. There are little parking lots for umbrellas, so you don't drip on the floor. There are silent karaoke mics, so you can practice without bothering anyone.
There are special napkins to cover your mouth while eating a messy burger. There are even cafes that give you a big stuffed animal to sit with so you don't have to feel awkward eating alone. It's all about making life a little more comfortable for everyone.
And for our final section, let's get into how Japan kind of blurs the line between fantasy and reality, creating this world where pop culture characters and modern myths just feel incredibly real.
So let's circle back to Godzilla. He didn't just get a piece of paper. The monster had a whole career path. He went from being a movie monster back in 1954 to becoming an official citizen and tourism ambassador today. It's just a wonderfully playful way of weaving a fictional character right into the fabric of the city.
And this blending of character and place happens with real animals too. For instance, there's a place called Okinoshima, but everyone knows it as Rabbit Island. It's an entire island that's basically been taken over by hundreds of super friendly rabbits, and it's a huge tourist spot now. And maybe the most fascinating example of all is the village of Nagoro. As the town's population got smaller and smaller, one of the residents started making these life-size dolls to replace the people who had moved away or passed on. Now there are over 300 of these dolls all over the village, sitting in old classrooms, waiting at bus stops. It's this haunting but really beautiful tribute to a community and its memory. So you see, from ramen baths to doll villages, these aren't just a bunch of random quirks. They're all expressions of these really deep cultural values, a constant drive for efficiency, a true love of novelty, a profound sense of consideration for others, and a totally fun, playful embrace of fantasy. And it all kind of leaves you with one last question to think about. What can we learn from a culture that finds so much innovation and art and meaning in everything from a toilet to a watermelon?